What's up, guys? It's me, Tagla02. Now I'm here back with more 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors for you guys. So, where we last left off, we met off with our elementary school friend Akane, and now voices or a speaker. Yeah, Nonary voice speaker crackling over the room. So, let's begin where we all last left off. Welcome aboard.
Oh, I welcome you all from the bottom of my heart to this, my vessel.
That's not his voice. I promise you that's not his voice. With the voice invasion, the spell between Junpei and Akane were broken, and all hints of Burgundy? Burgoyning romance instantly forgotten. They hurriedly untangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had held the voice as well, as many other faces have gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to look for the source of the voice. At last they found it. A speaker sat in the ceiling. Oh. I'm Zero. I'm Zero. I'm Zero, captain of the ship. I am also the person who invited you here. The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of the static, but Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it?
Oh no, it's the gas mask guy.
It was the same voice that he heard with the gas. What? From the man in the gas mask. Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out. Come on out here. I want to get a look at you. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean to do to us? I mean, you have to participate in a game. Some of you, I know, are familiar with this game. The Nonary game. It's a game where you will put your life on the line.
Nonary game.
Nonary game? Oh, fuck. What was his voice? What the hell?
What the hell is that? I don't remember his voice, Tom. What the hell is that? I guess I can do this voice again. So I don't remember his voice.
The voice continued impeccably. The rules of the Nonary game can be found upon your persons. They are simple rules. Read them. Nonary game? Nonary game? Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out. Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out the similar slips of paper. Junpei followed suit and dug into the pockets of his pants. They felt like a telltale crumple of paper slightly damp from the earlier ordeal. Hey, I got one too. Then, it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us with each a letter. Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man? His request had been delivered to Junpei, who had found a short moment of surprise, and did as he was asked. On the ship, you will find a handful of doors embezzled with numbers. We will call them the number doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these number doors are the number bracelets on each of you possess. Should the total number of the oh god, we actually do have to do the digital root from the last episode. Should you total the number of your number bracelets and find that the digital root of the number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have open the door may pass through. There are however limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one number door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. Bracelet. Junpei figured what it meant by the bulky thing on his wrist. He glanced around and looked like everyone else had one as well, and come to much of the same conclusion. The purpose of the game is simple. Leave the ship alive. The ship alive. It's hidden, but the exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Junpei had reached the end of the letter. There was a long moment of silence, and then the speaker crackled to life once more.
There is one last thing I must tell you. As you have no doubt surmised, the ship has begun to sink. On April 14th, 1912, a famous ocean liner, Titanic, crashed into an iceberg. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 minutes, it sank beneath the waters of the North Atlantic. I will give you more time. 9 hours. That's the time you will be given to make your escape.
Oh, 9 doors, 9 hours, 9 persons.
I get it now!
The voice had finished and the speaker went silent. The sound of the bell tolling echoed through the hall. It came from the dance hall adjacent to the stairwell. Oh, there's a clock there. Yay. It took those assembled on the stairs mere moments to trace the sound of the antique clock embedded on the wall. 7, 8, 9. Why is everything always gotta be 9? The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came. That meant it was 9 o'clock. Most likely 9 o'clock in the evening. When Junpei appeared out of the window of the cell, it seemed like nothing but blackness. It had been night. It had to be nighttime. If that was the case, then they would need to escape by 6 a.m. the following day.
Now it's time. Let our game begin. I wish you all the best of luck.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. The game begins. The speaker went silent and did not speak again.
Wow, okay then.
Grooving soundtrack, let's do this. Silver yelled at the speaker with a language coarse enough to embarrass the sailor. But the rest of Junpei's companions were silent, deep in thought. Junpei too was consumed by his thoughts. There was a great deal he didn't understand. Who was Zero? What was the Nonary game? Why had he been chosen to take part of it? Was he a criminal who took delight in playing it with his victims, or did he have some other purpose? And why had Junpei been chosen a part of the game, this insane game? Why had any of them been chosen? But one question was foremost on his mind. Akane. They hadn't seen one another since elementary school. Why would she appear now? Coincidence? No. That seemed impossible. There had been another reason. He didn't know what it was. He didn't know what it might be, but there had been a reason.
Very well.
Lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence.
Standing around here won't do us any good. Besides, best we get moving. Don't you think?
Get moving.
Are you planning to?
Okay, I guess I could do the high pitch wannabe. I guess I could do.
Are you planning to open a number doors?
Hey, wait. Don't tell me you actually going to do what this Zero says.
No, that's not what I mean.
The lion shook his head, mildly annoyed.
I'm saying, let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
What? So we want to examine the place then. Okay. But 5 minutes have passed already? What the? Okay. 20 minutes have passed. The separate investigation finished, all 9 people returning from where they left one another. The results of all their work was nothing. They were completely sealed in. Their hard work had not gone completely waste, however. They had learned a number of things that they sourced the parts of the ship they could reach. It seems that they were confined to the decks A through C. C was far down as they could be able to go, however. The reason being that D deck was completely submerged. Strangely, however, the water had risen no higher than D deck. That is weird. The flow seemed to have been stopped somehow, as evidence on the surface of the water on D deck, which was smooth as glass. The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it. Perhaps this is Zero's. Perhaps this is Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal the water tight. The tight door lower down. He said our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, the water won't rise until 9 hours. Then you're saying, I don't remember his voice. Then you're saying we won't sink till then? Okay, I think I remember now. Well, that may be a little too optimistic. No point in wishful thinking. There were three metal doors on C deck. A single door stood off from the side, with two more on the walls facing central staircase. None of them had numbers or verification devices. They were, however, locked like the other doors. No matter how much you push and shove, the doors refused to move. The lion threw themselves against the door a few times, but died. But no anvil. The door on the back had a keyhole. Just above of it was a straight march of a shape of a circle surrounding a dot. There were two other doors on C deck as well, but it was clear they were elevators, and each had a button next to it, an upside down triangle. They tried pushing the button. Okay, what's going on? No response. Apparently there was no power running to the elevator. To the left of the elevator door was a card reader. That's ah. That's Japanese for ah, isn't it? No, Japanese for... Maybe it's not Japanese. I know it could be Japanese. The string march. It looked like a lowercase h. The dash on the upper stream of it. Junpei started it for a while.
This is a symbol of Saturn. It's an astrological symbol.
Then the mark on the door. I think
that was the sun symbol.
They had seen the same symbols on deck A deck. There was a door on either side of the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
This one's an earth symbol. The horizon's line symbols the equator, and the vertical represents the prime. Median, whatever that word was.
Junpei looked at the ceiling. There was a great circle cut in it. Perhaps it was a skyline or a glass dome, but it had been filled with a gargantuan metal plate. The metal looked very solid. Anything sort of an explosive charge was unlikely to damage it. There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were covered with metal plate. In other words, we're sealed in. We're trapped. All the exits go nowhere. Junpei was not happy.
Oh, I'm so sad. There's no exits. We're trapped. Wah.
The girl with the pink hair spoke up.
Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them.
Then the mountain spoke.
You don't know that. For all we know, they could just open the walls. Or take us in circles.
The prince did not agree. No, I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what's the point? What point would there be? And we can't open them. Well, two of them at least. Oh yeah, that's right. We can open two of them. You mean the number doors? All eyes turned towards the door with the numbers on them. The atmosphere of the room... Why am I still doing his voice? The atmosphere in the room grew tense. Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that. The dancer moved in front of the doors as if to block them.
We had to be crazy to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly Zero wants us to do.
Suddenly, everyone began to speak at once.
Agree.
I don't. That's a terrible idea.
We should keep going. We should stay where we are. We don't have any other way to open these doors. We should just wait and somebody bound to come to find us.
We don't have time for that.
In eight and a half hours,
the ship's going to sink. The clamor of the voices made next to impossible to determine who was saying what. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another. Junpei had remained silent, but at last he could take no more.
Hey! Shut up!
They fell silent, and all eyes turned to Junpei. He felt each stare burning into him. He refused to flinch. Before we try to decide where we're gonna go, there's something else we ought to do.
What's that?
We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too. And there was silence. Some of them looked the other way and bit their lip and crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. This is what happens when you come off a night shift and you get to sleep and start recording. Yeah. It was Akane.
I agree. I think Jumpy is right.
Jumpy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei.
She pointed towards Junpei.
We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school.
Wait, stop! Hammer time. Don't tell me stuff like... Don't tell me stuff we don't...
I forgot his voice and it was so hilarious. Don't tell me stuff we don't ask about. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are we gonna do if he listens in?
Okay, I think I've remembered.
Would that be bad? Hell yeah, it would. We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go after our families. Maybe he'd tell us. Maybe he'd tell us he had get us to do stuff, you know. But we still need to know our names. It's gonna be hard to talk to you if we don't know our names. All right, then we don't have a code. Then we don't have. Why don't we have code names?
To him, apparently, it seemed the obvious solution.
Code names? Yeah, we'll pick something out. We'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7.
7? Why are you 7? It seemed a fair question. That man was stuck out his left arm.
Cause that's the bracelet. Cause this bracelet number says 7.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
He smirked. Alright, I'm gonna be Santa. Any of you chumps know Japanese? No, well, san means each knee, san, yeah. So I'll be Santa. You? You know, Santa Claus fits, don't you think? Then your bracelet number. Yeah, it's got the 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa. Just like how Mountain had done, Silver thrust out of his left hand. Sure enough, the face on the bracelet read 3. Very well then. I'll go next. Shall I? My bracelet is number 1. Given that, I'll be Ace. Seems appropriate.
I'll be Lotus then. I'm sure y'all know that it has 8 petals, which means, of course, that my bracelet number is 8.
Well, I would appreciate it if you call me Snake. Oh, because it looks like a snake, ha ha. My bracelet number is 2. Since Ace has chosen cards, then I'll choose dice, snake eyes. Clearly, which is particularly relevant given that I'm blind. Oh, you're blind. That explains a lot now. But then how the fuck did he know he was 2? That didn't make no sense whatsoever. Okay, blind. Really? He kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange. But here it said so casually. It would seem something of surprise. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react. There was one person, however, who didn't seem surprised at the least. The girl with the pink hair.
I want to be Clover. You know, like a floor-leaf clover. Oh my god. 2 videos in a row. I swear to blob. Good luck, right?
Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand. Quattro. The face of her bracelet has shown the number 4. They come around to Junpei. He held out his bracelet. Alright, my number's 5. So my codename's gonna be... Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now. Oh yeah, that's right. The dancer cut him off in mid-sentence. I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei. Oh. They all nodded. Akane stepped forward nervously.
Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem
fair to Junpei. Oh wait, that was the wrong voice. Ah! You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his. Akane fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something. What's your bracelet number?
It's 6.
She hesitated for a moment and held out her left hand. As she claimed the bracelet's fate. She claimed the bracelet. Claimed? What? Claimed? What? The bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked for a moment and thought. Alright then. Why don't we call you June? 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 Yeah, you know, the 6th month of the year. So you're June.
Jumpy.
Akane kneaded her hands to look up at Junpei uncertain. He smiled back at her reassuringly. Are you good with that? She thought about it for a few more minutes. Then it seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei a small nod. So code names. We get our code names. Their names decided. Junpei ran over them quickly in his head. 1 was Ace. 2 was Snake. 3 was Santa. 4 was Clover. 5 was Junpei's number. Akane was 6, and Junpei had given her the codename June. 7 was 7. 8 was Lotus. That means that the 8 of them, including Junpei, had to reveal the bracelet numbers. But there was still one person left. He was a man with the glasses and hair like a bird's nest. He hadn't said anything since they met on the stairs, and he didn't look like the sort of person to incline a conversation. His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy. He was soaked with nervous sweat. His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he was the only on the fingertips worth of gripping of sanity. The girl with pink hair, Clover, walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously.
What number are you?
He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came to her hot pants.
Hey, I'm talking to you!
The man licked his dry lips, and shaking tongue spoke in a voice like old paper.
Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here. And you know numbers 1 through 8 are.
I'm the only one left.
So you're 9.
Yeah. He extended his trembling arm. The bracelet did indeed say 9. Clover looked at it contemplationally.
What's your code name?
Code name?
What do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to stay here with you. He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very disgust.
You got some sort of plan?
I do.
Yeah, what is it?
You sure you wanted to know?
Yeah.
All right. Let me show you. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh no, what's going on in this game? I don't want pedophilia to happen. By the time they realized what he was going to do, what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's bodies moved just like a snake. In the blink of an eye, he slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist. Hey, what the hell you think you're doing? Santa leapt forward towards Clover and the 9th man. He was halfway there when... Stand back. Suddenly, the man dove into his pocket. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's not pedophilia, it's murder. It came back out with a knife. A pocket knife. He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck. If you guys get any closer, I'll cut her open. Santa skidded into a halt. He snarled at the scrawny man with the knife and gritted his teeth. Yes, that's right. The man smiled, nearly friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar in his shirt. Clover, are you alright? Snake's voice suddenly audibly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing. What the hell are you trying to do? I told you. This is my plan. What are you gonna do to her? You sick son of a bitch? Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to do, I'll let her go. He started to move backwards, slowly keeping his grip on Clover. Oh God. Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start at his back, touching it, then glanced around quickly and spoke. Verify.
Huh?
Left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
The man's nostril flared and looked like he was about to choke. Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I could kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Whoa, wait. Did he play the somebody else was in this game, so it could have been him that was in the Nonary game. Looks like he knows what he's doing. Just do it. Do it now. He pressed the knife against Clover's neck hard. Slowly, she stretched her left hand out towards the device. Her back was to it, and she felt around a moment before she could find the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise. On display above her hand was the asterisk appeared. So that's how it worked, Unit thought to himself. Oh. By placing one palm on what the 9th man had called the scanner panel, The user's bracelet number would be entered into the device.
Should the total of the numbers on your number bracelets and find the digital root of the number to equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5. The knife man seemed to know a little more about the device operation than he should. How had he known exactly what to do?
Good. You're done. Next.
His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally they stopped on Ace.
You're right. You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right? I am, so? Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you gonna do? Do it! Don't care what happens to her?
Okay.
Just calm down.
Ace held up his hand, palms out. The knife man jerked his chin towards the device. Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved towards the device. That makes 0. No, wait, that makes 5. What seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it.
Now, verify.
Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and the second asterisk appeared. Now the device had Clover and Ace numbers, 4 and 1, and that made 5. The same number was written on the door, but it wouldn't open just yet.
3 to 5 people. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one number door. The door needed at least one more person.
Who would that be?
Get back.
The voice shook and the knife held to Clover's throat made his words command. Ace took 2, and then 3 steps back.
No, farther. More than that. Go all the way back.
Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The knife man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile. That's when Junpei understood his plan. Clover and Ace added to the knife man. Oh, okay. But what if I could stop him and just like run and take it to the 5th? Equals 5. In other words.
Thank God you're all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare.
He pressed his own hands against the scanner panel. The 3rd asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand on the lever and slid down the device and pulled. The door opened, and a heavy metallic groan. He let go of Clover. Wait! Junpei leapt towards the knife man, but he wasn't fast enough. The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door.
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye.
He raised his hand and waved, and there was a smirk on his face. Then he was gone. But what about the other 2 need to go through the door, don't they? I'm so confused.
Then he was gone.
The door shut, and the dull chain of the metal on metal. Clover, are you alright? Snake ran to Clover's side. Why do I switch to the accent and laid on the floor?
Yeah, I'm fine.
She climbed unsteadily onto her feet. Once then, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support. Junpei ran to the door. The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed a hold of the handles and pulled. They ground and strained, but... Shit! It won't budge. That's when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet.
Do you hear something?
Like what?
Like some sort of beeping.
Junpei passed her ears against the cold metal door, and the others did the same. You're right. I can hear it too. What is that? They heard something else. It was the knife man. Shit. Why isn't it stopping? God damn it. You lied. Lied? This wasn't supposed to happen. This is wrong. This is wrong. His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another. What's happening in there? Open the door. Please. I'm begging you. Help me. Please. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Junpei grabbed the hold of the device. He slammed his hand against the scanner panel. Nothing happened. Why didn't it register him? He looked at the display where the asterisk was shown. It said engaged. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's no time left. Listen. I was lied to. He lied to me. He put me in here. It was him. He killed me. It was him. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Did the bracelets explode? What the fuck? An explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked, then stood up and slowly realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room. In the silence, the electronic tone that echoed across the room sounded loud as a gunshot, and eyes turned towards it. It had come from the device mounted next to the door. The display changed from engaged to vacant. Let's see if we can open it. 7. The mountain. He swallowed hard. Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. A red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel. The device was registered Junpei's bracelet number 5. He was not enough, however. At least 2 more people were needed. Junpei asked, "Which pair?" I'll go with Connie and Santa. And June, you think you'd give me a hand? The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was grim. But Santa and June, oh, I get the pun now, lifted their left hand steadily. He verified and then swallowed suit. She swallowed suit. Okay, we get it. They fulfilled the conditions. If they were to pull the lever on one side. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna open the door. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulders. They shifted and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth on the grim line. Alright guys, so I think that's going to be a good stopping point for this episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode of 9 Doors, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, said that wrong, I always do. Make sure you guys leave a like, thumbs up, favorite down below, or click up subscribe up there so you guys can get updates on 999, as well as my other series I have out. Don't forget to share this video with the family, the friends, and the world. If you guys shared the last episode, make sure you guys share this one so the people, whoever you shared it with, can get updates on the second episode on what happened and what's going on. Alright, so I guess hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I shall see you guys later, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Bye.